As we progress further in the low-profile segment, competitor brand Lofree has something affordable to offer. This is the 84-key variant of the Lofree Flow Lite, a budget and low-profile keyboard that tries to differentiate itself from the crowd by offering more for the price. Let's take a look at it. To disclose, Lofree sent me this to review, but all thoughts and opinions are mine. Right out of the box, we are greeted with the manual pamphlet that houses the setup guide. Next is the board itself, still wrapped. Then to the side compartment, we only have the right angle Type-C cable, which is fairly thick and in the same colorway as the board. Going back to the board, I've got mine in the beige colorway, and it's kind of a dirtier white than beige in my opinion. As I've said in the intro, I've got my hands on with the 84-key variant of this board. It's also offered in a compact full-size variant in 3 pastel colorways, the beige, white, and pink. On the front, we see the non-exploded 75% layout with case match shine-through keycaps as well. The Lofree logo is located on the top left, and a flash volume knob and a status light is on the right. I wish the volume knob was color match as well though, or maybe even offered in silver. Moving on, to the left and right we see a wedge-like design, and to the rear we see the Type-C port and mode toggle for this board. Lastly, to the back is the height adjustable rubber feet. The compact 75% layout might be a con for you, as mistypes can be easier in this. But if you're in for the portability aspect of the board, it's better than being exploded. I think it's an alright compromise for the most part. You just need to get used to it. Moving on over the build quality, it is a light plastic build weighing only 555 grams, perfect for lugging around. I especially like the colorway, and it's consistent as well, even with the keycaps and switches. It does exhibit some flex if you force it to, but overall, it's quite sturdy enough for portable use. The PCB's hot swap tri-mode with Bluetooth and 2.4 GHz support. Has LEDs that is only limited to a white backlight and is configurable by a Lofree's own software. And with a 2000 mAh battery inside, they claim an 80-hour battery life with the backlight off. Not that bad for 1 or even 2 weeks of use. They also claim 1000 Hz of polling rate, but in daily use, I haven't noticed that at all. Surprisingly, even though this is a low-profile board, it offers up gasket mount as its mounting style. The bounce is not that prevalent, but this acts as a way to isolate and control the sound more than the traditional tray mount. And with that is a vast amounts of foam inside, from IXPE to PU, for the plate back and the switch foam. Overall, making this a foamy sounding board. Sound test later. It's up now on Kickstarter with tons of bundles, a silent switch as an add-on, and various keycaps with different themes. Speaking of switches, the switches on this are made in collaboration by Lofree and Khaill. It's linear pull POM material with a 40-gram actuation force. They're quite easy to get used to, but bear in mind the overall lightness of the switch. You might be prone to typos on this in the first few weeks of use. The keycaps are also nice. Not as nice as Nuphy's PBT double shot blend, but is adequate for its price. It's a mix of PBT for the solid housings and PC for the shine-through legends, in which the white backlight and caps lock indicator shines. It's quite thick for a low-profile set, and it's monochrome in nature. Extra keycaps are also offered with different themes, but as default, it's just an alright set. To reiterate, the 2000 mAh battery inside claims to have at least 80 hours of battery life with the backlight off, and while I can test that, I was able to test out the wireless modes with my phone, my tablet, and my PC. And they seem to all work flawlessly without any latencies or misinputs. Even the Mac-specific function keys are all working on my Windows machine, which is a plus. Moving on over, here is the sound test of the board. This keyboard is deep sounding, even deeper than what I had with the Nuphy. The stabs are tuned well, and compared to the former, I have no complaints of the sound. While this isn't a silent keyboard of sorts, I think it will be fine in the workplace. In conclusion, the Lofree Flow Lite is a great budget low-profile keyboard that competes with its full-height cousins. It's cheaper than Nuphy's offerings and offers substantially more features such as a volume knob. I hope to see this in stock soon and available easily in the Philippine market for users like me to be able to order them easily. The keycaps are my only main gripe on this, as I don't like the monochrome nature of it and the shine through as well. But hey, if that suits your preferences, it's all fine and dandy. I wish they also made a TKL, a 65 and a 60% version of this, as I can see this keyboard as a great competitor to Nuphy as a cheaper alternative, and to Keychron, whose low-profile keyboards are cheap as well but a bit lackluster. Will this replace my Nuphy? It can be, as the lack of function keys and knob cluster is a con for me. But then again, if portability and overall footprint is my concern, I'd still go with the R60B2, reiterating the fact that a 60% or 65% version of this would be killer. Overall, if you're in search for a cheaper alternative to the Nuphy, this sacrifices the right corners to be affordable, yet it still comes packed with features that the Nuphy doesn't have. If you have a tablet or want to have a portable keyboard setup, this comes highly recommended. How about you? What do you think of the Lofree Flow Lite? Let me know in the comment section below. I'm John J. Miraba, and I'll see you in the next video.